This is example 2.31 from our textbook. 8 measures. We know it's a musical sentence. Basic idea, continuation into the cadential progression. We're in the key of C major. Dum ba da ba da bum bum, dum ba da ba dum bum bum. If we were in class together face to face, we would play this several times, and maybe even as many as 4 times, letting you sing first of all the cello, and then the viola, and the 2 violin parts. So we have 1 for an entire measure, and on the downbeat, it becomes 1/6, moving to a 5 chord, GBD. In measure, that's our basic idea. The repetition of the basic idea begins on a minor 2, moving into first inversion, and then its dominant. And for a moment, I'm going to show the relationship retrospectively, as in the 5, it's the 5 of the previous 2 chord. There is our basic idea and its repetition, and because it's 1 to 5, and then that harmonic motion sequences up by step 2 to 5, so this is sequential repetition. Sequential repetition. You are looking for repetition in the sequence. You are looking for the sequence in the Roman numerals. It's not that we're looking for a sequence in our melodic motivic material, though here that happens too. The next 2 measures start the continuation. 2. So this 5 also propels forward into the continuation. 2 in root position, and when C moves into the bass, it takes it out of root position into 4/2 inversion. This is the 7th, and it does resolve down by step into a dominant 7th on that 4th 8th note that is in first inversion because B is in the bass, and on the penultimate 8th note it's a root position 5/7, and the last 8th note it's a back to tonic. And on the last 8th note it's back to tonic. So 5 initially 6/5, and then root position back to tonic. When I'm doing analysis and I'm moving from, in my analytical work, when a first inversion chord moves to its root position, I use the annotation of 6-8 instead of rewriting the Roman numeral. 5 chord starts in first inversion, and then when I see the 8, that tells me that chord moved into root position, and 1. In measure 5, that is exactly repeated. So here we have fragment and fragment. Now we have our cadential progression. D, G, B, D. This is a 5 chord, and it's that 6/4 inversion. And on the downbeat and halfway through the measure, the 4th above, this is G above D, descends to be the 3rd above. The 6th above the bass descended to be the 5th above. And the octave above the bass is going to ascend, overshoot A to G. So cadential 6/4, 5 root position, and on the downbeat there's 5/7 resolving into 1. That's the cadential progression. Okay, so we ended 5/7 to 1. That's a perfect authentic cadence in the key of G. Perfect authentic cadence in the key of G. We know that much about the cadence. It includes the cadential 6/4. That makes it ornamented. The harmonic progression for the cadential unit starts on the dominant and only features dominant and tonic chords. So this is incomplete with respect to harmonic function. In the beginning of the continuation, yes, it's fragment. The surface rhythmic activity didn't really change. The rhythm in measures 5 and 6 is the same as in measures 1 and 3. So there is not an increase in surface rhythmic activity, but there is definitely an accelerated harmonic rhythm. In the basic idea, we have basically a measure and a half of one harmony and then half a measure of its dominant. A measure and a half of a chord and then half a measure of its dominant. And now, predominant, cadential 6/4 tonic. We have 3 harmonies all within the same measure, and that gets repeated. And then it's on to the perfect authentic cadence.